Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Vidina skill, Kitekla, Borupe, Kismat ni excellent, Shople una feel. Pretender, Sishtuke, Dostam Napenda, Shipment for French, Chapo, Piatopia Prima, Geta Kotat, Nikita Juaneshima, breathe in release, Mapema, Nichunge, Tenda na pressure, frequent inflating, conjuncta na pesa, treatment ni right, nikipula kwa sector, decent na mic wanabuya kitema, mistake kutry kukuruga utahema, 10 years ago nilikuwa juu ya double-decker, growth mekwa slow looking back na jicheka, kwanja ya mziko ngatam kiteseka, industry queen wanangam nikibweka, kulia kushoto, napita kati, femini moto, hotea na mbali, mama watoto, nalia machali, najua musoto, street na mali, nafanya mziki, nafanya kazi, natamba mjini, uskinko ndani, toka mwiki, badigo mtani, Nairobi City, tangu zamani, yeah. Watu sikwa tingo sitikasa kuna ndokusina tunamesea. Sima geek, sima show, sima brand, Jonathan, unyamaze nikiongea. Mzako wameketi, pepo ibada na zikemea. Ukosi kwa pangana na umbea na tukoni kwa
The Pan-African Bliss Show.
Kongo za kubatikiwa. Slowly and tafikiwa. Nasikia ningeblock milogo meshikilia na shindo nani amewastop. Seta nimeshikiliwa tufanane inauma wakiteki tunalibwa na dream. Skina bande tabidi get used to na kuna samahani hata ni speed very feel. Here kaya mtabaki pepe kuzu. Kulia kushoto na pita kati femini moto hotea na mbali mama watoto nalia machali najua musoto mishtwi na mali nafanya mziki nafanya kazi natamba mjini.
Good afternoon, family. Grand Rising. Everyone with Kulia Kushoto literally means left and right. Well, of course, black people are always hustling left and right. That is what she's spitting right here on the media of the 21st century. Karibuni sana, hope you guys are doing amazing. Check her out. She's just released actually an amazing banger just 15 hours ago. I can't even pronounce the name of that jam. I don't know if it's in Spanish or what. But
we don't even know what the hell she's saying in that jam.
One of our most amazing, actually, the best female rappers we have in the 254. Top female rappers in the 254. Shout out to Femi One. Bakaribuni sana. My name is Joby. On Rumble Beach, on the radio, to those who shall be catching this on Spotify, Spreaker. Hope you guys are having an easy Tuesday or looking forward to that. 11 minutes past 2 p.m. A very chilled weather today, literally, and I hope you're having a fair one on your end. Karibuni sana on the Pan-African Bliss Show. Today we shall be talking about Kenya being one among the first African countries, literally 9 countries, not African countries, but being among the first 9 countries getting the new HIV drug by 2025. Now, if you look at literally Kenya, we've been on the many so-called agendas that are supposed to be launched. We've seen, that was last week, I was discussing about the launch of the deworming. This is supposed to be conducted in schools and all that. And then I love the fact that when you look at yesterday's show, I was discussing literally how we have Bill Gates, and of course, with his web and how he's being funded, we know that he's just a puppet who who's being given funds to ensure that all this global agenda, especially regarding health-wise, and right now we see them focusing on farming a lot. He's just there to push all these agendas, but he's not there to bring solutions. And I love the fact that there's so much backed up now evidence regarding this. We just go back to the 2020 case. Of course, we know we can't go deeper into details, but we know what really happened. Millions of people are expected to lose their life because of being pushed, being threatened if you didn't take the so-called, protection, you protecting yourself. Right now they're going to lose their lives, and you're supposed to lose actually even your jobs if you didn't accept this. So many people lost their jobs and all that. It's only a few companies, or I'd say government, we've seen them compensating a few people who lost their jobs. That is after being pushed to take the so-called what. But I have a video which I'll be talking about how even during a particular time in the military, where the Gates Foundation came and they claimed that they had cure for autism, and literally there was not such a thing as autism, but that is where it all began. And shall be talking about deeper about, and of course see how we shall back up that evidence. But along that, I want to talk about what is happening in Haiti, Nigeria. Yesterday, as we spoke about Nigeria, we saw our presidents use so much amount of money to run for presidential seats. We discussed about Nigeria being one among the top countries in Africa spending 100 million US dollars. And I say the funny thing is, it's not in their currency. We're talking about in dollars. So talk about literally, again, the debt crisis also always increasing. You ask yourself, why is it that we are actually in debt? These people are taking huge chunks of money, and it's all to pocket into their belly stomachs and their families. I love the fact that we have Gen Zs who are saying it's not our role as youths to love puppets who have not delivered anything to us. That's the role of your wife and your children. All we ask for you is to give us accountability, put in action of what you've said you're going to develop, including job opportunities. We want you to do it. We also saw, of course, another country was South Africa, which spends 20 to 50 million. We had Kenya 50 million, and Ghana 10 to 15 million, and last but not least, DRC Congo 80 million. And you ask yourself, why is it that our countries are not really developed? We talked about the agricultural sector, and you ask yourself, why is it that we have this high rate of unemployment while there's so much arable land that actually youths can be placed here and bring back profits literally for over the centuries or the next coming years and decades? So it's really, really crazy. But I'll be starting literally with that as we focus on yesterday's discussion on how much the presidents are earning, and also I'm utter shock, but also remember Keith has mentioned this a couple of times. Most of our politicians in Africa earn so much amount of money more than the American president or even the American politicians. So we shall be checking into the Nigerian senator and how much they earn. But Sana Keith, how are you doing today?
So Sana Joby, I'm doing awesome.
That's nice to hear. That's really, really amazing to hear. I hope you enjoy.
I know. I always feel good when I wake up in the morning and somebody of another has the capacity to talk shit to me, and I get to smack them in the face. Like, yeah.
That's what's up. But yes, we shall be starting with that. But before we get to continue, I'd love to urge you to subscribe, and of course, ensure you also download our app. Blackout Fire Network is the name. We have amazing supplements, all organic for you, and they all come at a very affordable price. We're talking about Moringa Pure, CMOS, turmeric gummy bears, and of course, you can actually ask any question before and after the purchase. We have an active email, casenews15@gmail.com, or rather on our application on the Beauty Friend Sports page, where you can get these supplements. We have a chat just right down below on your right, and of course put in your questions there and you'll be answered. But for now, let me hook you up with some beetroot and of course the benefits they come with, or rather the benefits it comes with. If you've not been taking some beetroot, I think this is the time. Get yourself
Beetroot,
some on the Black
nature's powerhouse, packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates. It's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried, and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie, or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Only $20.90. And of course, in case you also want beauty supplements, we got you covered. Also some amazing organic coffee, Manuka coffee, and the likes of others. Ensure you check it out under the Beach Event Sports page. But as we start with today's conversation, like I said, we have Nigeria, as always, on our table. Because Nigeria, I mean, why wouldn't you not talk about Nigeria? The most populated country, the largest actually, the most populated country in Africa. And of course, this should be, we expected for them to be the ones, liberating us or showing us the way to, the way forward to liberation. But I guess our brothers are kind of more way focused on getting the passports from, from the white women.
They're too busy running everywhere else. And now they're being shut down everywhere else. Everybody said no more Nigerians in their country. So you refuse to build in your country. There's too many of you, you're all cowards. So, hey, you're a basket case. You can't lead anybody. You couldn't lead anybody to a clean river to drink it. Yet the white people steal all your resources. They're the ones that are dumping all the damn toxic waste over into your damn oil sector. They stole all your oil. You got more oil than Dubai. Why are you not rich? Why you don't look like Dubai and other places? Because these morons run the country. It's a corrupt, backward, call spades a spades. And everybody knows you're corrupt, they're backwards, and it's moronic, right? Just like the people in Ghana screaming. You got people in Ghana right now screaming about an Igbo who only bought 50 acres of land. That's the only one about. I told you, your nativism and your tribalism is off the chain stupid. You got the Chinese in Ghana right now building whole Chinatowns, and you won't say a damn thing about that. But you got another African who buys 50 measly acres, and you say, oh, the Igbo, the Nigerian gotta go. The Nigerian, how dare you? How dare you? Moron. Ghanaians, you fucking morons. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. You disgust me because before the borders, a lot of those kingdoms were across Nigeria and Ghana. You were the same people. But no, the same way the Nigerians did to you when they told the Ghanaians had to leave because of the tribal nonsense. When the Ghanaians had migrated into Nigeria, and the Nigerians went crazy. You have problems with this tribal shit. You got Chinese building whole Chinatowns in Ghana right now. You won't say a damn thing. You got the Lebanese running around all around Ghana. The disrespectful white Lebanese right now. You ain't said a damn thing because you worship everything white and you hate everything black. This man buys 50 acres in Ghana, is going crazy. Like it's the end of the world. He bought 50 acres. 50. You know how much that is? Hardly nothing. Got the Lebanese owning all kind of shit in Ghana. You got the Chinese owning old Chinatowns in Ghana. You said anything? Of course not. Of course not. Because they're like white. Now, it's the white man. But a black guy buys 50 acres. It's the end of the world, Joe. People, go ahead. That's why Africa don't work. Go ahead.
As we started, of course, also understanding why Africa doesn't work. Of course, it's because of these leaders. You can't just blame tribalism and all that. Right now, we've seen Burkina Faso, Burkinabe people working together because they have a good leader. I've always said personally, the understanding all this tribalism and the reason why people also fighting against each other, it goes back to the political class who are leading Africans through tribalism.
Of course.
Them. And then we also have them going back using the same tribalism to ensure only a certain group of ethnicity is going to benefit from this regime.
That's true.
We've seen clearly like Ruto and the former deputy president.
There was a deal made in Kenya. The tribalism in the beginning. Shout out to Katie back then who said it was. They made a pact that they would never allow the Lua and the other tribes to ever come to power. It would always have to be a Kamba or a Kikuyu. And if I look through Kenya's history, that's probably the only two tribes that have been presidents. I don't know, but I have to look through it and see. Has there been any other tribe besides the Kamba? I mean the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu. I had to see. Has there been any other tribe as the president of Kenya? Do you know? Has there been any other tribes, Joby?
No.
Like you said, what you said: complete tribalism, complete cronyism, and complete nepotism. Country doesn't work. Go ahead, Joe.
Apart from just having a Luo opposition leader, who of course you can see it's also an extension of nepotism from his father, because his father was also an opposition leader.
Of course, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's literally going back to all the political class, and I'll explain literally why as we focus on also understanding where we have 44 Nigerians who have been sentenced for 10 years. This is facing the Boko Haram accusations, and we know who really did fund Boko Haram. So if I am a Kikuyu here, and then let's say I was one among the victims affected by the Boko Haram, especially as a parent, and then I hear there's the Luo or some Kalenjins who have been arrested connected to this incident that affected us, years back. You think that tribalism bullshit or hate is gonna end, while you have the government always want to make you guys look like enemies of each other while it's them posting the fight?
Exactly, but you got to be smart. But why do you know it now? Why do you know it, Joby, and they can't? Somebody's got to wake up.
Well, I do love the fact, number one, I've grown up in a background that didn't really put that into my face, because
there you go.
There, but it was there, but it was not really that much, because the only thing I ever had was don't get married to a Kikuyu man. They are weak. I'm like, in that time I was dating a Kikuyu man. I'm like, this is not a weak man. This man is actually making money. So what are you? So that's the only crazy thing I've had. But apart from that, that's tribalism.
How much more do you need here than that? That's tribalism on a big scale. I can define all people by a tribe. That's moronic. People are individuals. You can't say all people a certain way. See, that's what I'm talking about. The small mindedness, that's big, just right there. You can't marry this man because he's this way. You don't know all men.
It was really serious, because I remember there's a time when my dad would see me with a Kikuyu. He's like, why you always just Kikuyu, man? Why won't you find another? I'm like, what's wrong with Kikuyus? What have they done? Like, what's really right? That's a mentality you have, because I don't see anything wrong.
As a tribalism.
That's your mentality, which is messed up. And of course, apart from maybe school, which is also something that needs to be actually not tolerated at all. If students or children can be taught actually from at home,
Exactly.
At home, you're told if you hear your teacher questioning, which tribe are you coming from?
That should have been allowed. That should never been allowed in the African school.
Because it made also some of us like feel inferior in class. You hear.
Of course, that's on purpose. That's the tribe.
The Luos are better than we use. These are smart than this one. The Kalenjins are the smartest. Like what? What do you mean?
And I told you that's stupid, because based on genetics, science, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's dumb. And that's why the country won't work. And that's why they easily keep these morons in power, because they pit African against African based on superficial, nonsensical identification. That's not even real.
Fact. But as we look at literally Nigeria very quickly, we have, of course, this short article here talking about how a Nigerian senator earns more than the U.S. president. Of course. Are we
I told you. I've been told you that. What am I saying? Joby, Kenyan officials and Nigerian officials earn more money than developed countries, and where it don't make any sense. That's how you know the countries are so corrupt. You're like, what?
It's shocking.
You can't justify that with your GDP. Kenya's GDP is only 100-something billion. Nigerian people only like 400 billion. You're poor. So how can you justify paying people in government that much money? Because it's corrupt. They don't care. Yeah, we're gonna steal everything. But and
So
since the people don't never, don't go, Joe.
it says a shocking reality in Nigeria, the lawmakers in the country and more than some of the most powerful political figures in the world, including
Yep.
the President of the United States. A Nigerian senator takes home over 40 million, 40 million naira. That is naira, which is 45,000 US dollars per month. And constituency, that is actually
Wow.
per month, yeah. And when include their
A
official salary
month, Joe. Show
allowances,
me $25,000 a month. You
yeah,
in a poor ass country like Nigeria. No, but you can't even fathom how corrupt this is. When the average person in Nigeria barely makes $1 a day.
exactly. So they're saying this includes their official salary, allowances, and constituency project cuts and other hidden perks, which we don't know. The amount over the amount
Wow.
this amount over 45 $1,000 for every month, and far extending the $33,000 monthly salary of when Joe Biden was the leader of the largest world's largest economy. Yeah. Indeed. They're also saying what makes this even more alarming is the context in which happens. Nigeria has one of the highest poverty rates globally, and with over
That's what
one
I'm
third
saying. That's what I'm saying. This is obscene, Joey. This is absolutely. I don't understand why you're gonna overthrow this country, people. Of course.
mhm, with over 133 people living in multidimensional poverty.
Damn,
The public,
multidimensional. That's,
mhm,
that sounds worse. That's worse than abject poverty. They said multidimensional poverty.
yeah.
God damn.
The public sector, healthcare, education, infrastructure is
All
underfunded,
shattered.
understaffed, and collapsing in many cases. Yet their politicians are living like royalties. Worse still, there's no transparency. Many of these payments
Nope.
are categorized under security votes, vehicle allowances, or wardrobe allowances. Like, I mean, I saw Ruto wearing a 4 point something million type of a shirt. Talk about that. That's how they feel, like let me wear the Gucci, the Balenciaga, and the labels and all that, which means
You
they're
know,
not taxed or
but
openly.
their minds are messed up because they don't manufacture everything. So Gucci shouldn't mean anything to you, but you're so the system you create inside you're so corrupt. We know it's corrupt by the white people, but you double down on it.
Mhm.
Where you can't justify these salaries when you got no functioning roads, you got no hospitals that work. If we got that old man dying in Britain, you got nothing functional in Nigeria. Anybody say, "Oh, I want to move to Nigeria"? You're fucking crazy.
Nope.
Go ahead.
They're saying that it paints a picture of democracy where the elected few live extravagantly at the expense of the masses.
Because it ain't democracy.
The gap between the politicians and citizens isn't just economic; it's moral. In a country where millions are
I say
hungry
it's
and
more.
students spend months at home due to underpaid lectures and underpaid funding. Lawmakers earning more than the president of the US isn't just unjust. It is an insult of the people they are elected to serve. It
Didn't
is
say that.
exactly, and this is why you can see actually when Nigerians right now are not mourning the death of the former president Buhari. They're
All right.
actually
Yeah. Why would they mourn his ass? What did he do? Nothing.
yeah, because they're starting to understand literally for so long we've been so sympathetic and we're supposed to be so respectful to these people who have not done anything for the country, but yet we live and their families for the next coming decade will be in generational wealth of which is stolen from majority of the people. Talk about lands and all that. It's crazy. But on this other end, we also have still Nigeria, which has sentenced 44 people to hard labor for facing Boko Haram instance. Let me share this as we see literally how the mainstream media is, of course, in collaboration with those who are behind this, and they won't tell
Of
us the
course.
truth. We know,
Of course.
including Buhari and we have, of course, Obama and those who are included, and the USAID, of course, through the USAID that is
Yeah.
funded
Isn't that
Haram.
funny? Why does Barack Obama no good bastard ass wants to go visit uh, Stephen Toure. He don't want to go visit none of these other African leader puppets. But he wanted specifically, I'm going to go talk to Stephen Toure. I'm going to tell him, hey, man, you're fucking up the money for white people, and can you stop it? Can you keep Africa poor and fucked up, please? No good boot licking handkerchief head, homosexual ass Negro.
It's not gonna work. But let me share this.
44 people in Nigeria have been sentenced to up to 30 years in prison for financing the jihadist militant group Boko Haram. The trials of 10 other people have been postponed.
We're talking about
counter-terrorism
we're talking about majority of the people living in multi-dimensional poverty.
Them poverty, exactly. You know them poverty people ain't back in no Boko Haram. They don't got any money. When they making money in poor ass Nigeria? What industry? So you know this is a lie.
Mm-hmm. They're just trying to figure out how to cover things and again make the victims, those who suffered this,
exactly, Joby.
Is really there, but that is not really. The people behind this are not really being called out. Obama won't talk about this. You know, we had Michelle. I remember when I was sharing those videos, and then Michelle Obama was like, "We're really concerned. We're gonna send our," and they never even came. They never even came.
They're not. Listen, Joby. Michelle Obama and Barack Obama are dirt bags. They are dirt bags of the high. Only oil you got from them, the aura of the all being great, was the fake media. The people that owned the media, owned the world, put them in power, and they gave them credibility. These are puppet, no good, filthy bastards who don't give a damn about no one but themselves. Okay? The opportunists. They don't care anything about anybody. Oh, we're going to do this. And people are like, yeah, because you're still stupid. Yeah, Obama. Yeah. All right. Okay. You know, my mom got mad at me. I told you, hey, mom, Obama's a bum. He's on the fix. He hasn't got in there yet. Just give him a chance. Same old shit people say, who ain't never research anything. Give him a chance first. I said, Mom, I looked at his cabinet. He's showing before he's getting into power who he's putting in there. It's the same old Rothschild, Rockefeller list of characters. He's already bought and paid for it. Don't you understand that? But you got caught up in the best of black America screaming, hollering, because he's supposed to be a black man. It's all nonsense. Dude, they never been in the black community. They moved him to Chicago to try to get black credibility. And people in Chicago didn't even know his ass. And we don't know this Negro, where he came from. About he's part of the South Side of Chicago. Lies. Go ahead, Joby.
The defendants appeared before 4 specially constituted courts set up on a military base in the town of Kanji in the central state of Niger. The sentences ranged from 10 to 30 years, all with hard labor, a spokesperson said. In 2014, Boko Haram kidnapped 276 schoolgirls in Chibok and burned down a government college, killing dozens of schoolboys.
What kind of country is this where you got, you supposed to be a government and you can't stop the terrorism in your country? But you talking about you're going to go to war against another country? You can't even stop the terrorism of these low-budget Boko Haram people in your own country, but you're going to go to war with another African country. You sound crazy as cat shit. You can't even fix your own country. You got black people wearing these old goofy Muslim nonsense shit that ain't even your culture. You know, that's wrapped up in that shit. Yeah. You can't even, go ahead, Joe.
Looking at this, it could be a way because we know Tinubu's head is the head of ECOWAS, he's the head of ECOWAS.
Not no more.
But he's still, his country is still part of it. He was the chairman.
Of course. All those bootlicking countries that ECOWAS said about white people. We got the new Sierra Leone president. He's down the president of ECOWAS talking shit. Oh, we're going to go to war. Go to war how? With the $130 the Europeans gave because they're going broke? You don't got any money, Sierra Leone. You're broke. Your country's effed up. Go ahead,
we know the fake democracy system has not been working, has not been
exactly.
the people. So why is it all of a sudden right now they're acting like they're showing people, they're showing people, this is an act of showing people that really justice does work, and this is a democratic
Of course.
country. It could be an
It's an
attack.
act. Exactly right, Joby. It's an act. It's an act.
It's an attack. It's an attack, and I love. Let me just put this down and research directly to that. We have a Burkinabe lady going viral for responding back to
Okay.
our Kenyan official who said that
Okay.
the videos are the ones
Yeah,
showcasing.
the videos are AI. The stuff is happening in Bikini Faso, moron. The videos that they're showing of the actual development, those are real videos. It's not AI.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I love the fact that actually she did respond to that, and she said that these people are gonna use their own failure, because I feel
Yes.
like people could use this as a way of defending themselves. Oh, you see, we dealt with the Boko Haram, those who are behind this. Now we
Exactly, Joby.
need
Exactly.
also to go back to the real civilian rule so that we can also take care of this BS. So listen to this. Let me share this very
to county. He was Kenya's Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, a political heavyweight with decades in the
A
game,
political puppet.
up to a podium at a funeral in Soy, Uasin Gishu
Same with
County.
the
He
IMF.
was
Same
there
with the
to
World
mourn,
Bank.
but instead, he dropped a bombshell warning Kenyans against falling for the social media hype around military governments in Africa, especially calling out Burkina Faso. A week later, a Burkinabe woman fired back with a video that's gone viral, tearing into Mudavadi, accusing him of
Funny
hypocrisy.
thing, it's going viral right here in Kenya because that's the crazy part. People are laughing at him because, like, what were you trying to say? You guys have not delivered anything to the youth. This is why the youth are on
Exactly.
this. So you guys for people, saying Ibrahim must go. No, they're saying Ibrahim must stay. Literally.
Exactly. That ain't gonna work. Exactly. Exactly.
The rest of the world is saying Ibrahim must stay. So you guys
You bootlegs are not going to go against another African that the youth here actually love them, and you bootlegs are in the pockets of white people. You're not going to be able to stop Africans.
The lies are catching up with them, and
yes,
their lack of actions is also being seen, because what did you said without the IMF we couldn't do it. We allowed this to happen. You said without the Chinese we can't make it. We allowed it to, but we still stuck. Burkina Faso within 2 years is doing more than what you guys have been doing.
Without the Chinese, without the IMF, without the World Bank.
Please.
And even dragging President William Ruto into the mess, calling him Africa's most useless president. This clash isn't just a personal spat. It's a window into the growing tensions in Kenya's political scene. Why is Mudavadi under attack? And what does this mean for Kenya's democracy?
Because Kenyan is not democracy. Kenya's political class is all corrupt, like all African countries, because they're created by Europeans. They got political class. They're all corrupt. They've never done anything. There is no shout out to Botswana finally building one. They built no economy in Africa. 60 years, these morons haven't built an economy. 60 years. So the youth, shout out to the Kenyans and other Africans, they're now getting smart. They're now becoming, they're not their parents, they're not their grandparents. You haven't built an economy. And you've allowed all other people to rape them, call them crazy, take them to Abu Dhabi, Europe, and treat them like shit. And then say it's their fault they get treated like shit. And then say, oh, we need their money because the money come back into the country. That's because we haven't built no economy. You haven't built an economy. All you Kenyan leaders, where's the economy that you built? You have it. Nigeria, where's the economy that you built? You have it. So even Torre is actually building a real economy. He's building a real one. And now you say he's the fake one. But the youth know that's a lie. He's building an economy. That means, like Joe said, you got most arable land. Like even Torre said, we got to start farming this land. Yeah. We got to bring jobs to the youth. There's no reason why we supposed to be importing anything. Africa has everything. We don't need nobody. Exactly. We don't need no IMF loans. Got the IMF begging him to take a loan. He said, nah, I don't need your loan. For what? We paid it off. Go away. You don't need none of your goofy fake money. So how's it even Torres able to do it in 2 years? 2.5 years, you ain't been able to do it in 60 because it's all fake. Y'all phony, y'all lies. And now your youth, and not the parents and the grandparents, shut up and be scared. You're supposed to be respectful. If I don't say nothing to you bootlicks, you damn fucking traitors to Africa. That's what's going on. Your youth are waking up, and they're going to take you out eventually because they're not scared no more. Uh-oh.
Are you a minister? You one of the cabinet of Ruto? Now I understand why the Kenya say Ruto must go. Because you are in Kenya when a lot of problem is happening in Kenya, you have nothing to offer Kenyans. You are not standing in front of Kenya and address the issue of Halbert, who was found alive in the Kenya police custody. You never talk about the Kenya military who shoots a youth on a protest ground. Somebody that is wearing the face mask guy. You never talk about that. You never talk about the reason why Kenya are always every day on protest, dragging with the government. But you have mind to talk about whatever. You are a useless idiot. 70 years old man.
On July 6, 2025, Musalia Mudavadi, Kenya's Prime Cabinet Secretary and Foreign Affairs Minister, stood before mourners at the funeral of Reverend Mildred Ayemba Wanyama, mother to football stars McDonald Mariga and Victor Wanyama. The setting was solemn, but Mudavadi used the moment to deliver a...
This is why we even speak about how they even lack consciousness, because everywhere they go, even when it's on a burial, they bring their political agendas there, and it's nothing even to do with the event. Like, this is a burial. What was Ibrahim Traore doing on a burial? This is nothing to do with these people. It's not a Burkinabe who has died in Kenya. This was a football star. You should have kept it, all.
It's called political opportunists, Joey. They're opportunists. They keep think they're gonna keep doing the same politics, but they haven't understood that their people are not morons no more. They ruled Africa. All these puppets from Paul Beer to Ugandans, they rule Africans as morons, Joey.
So he look like kangaroo, this man. He look like kangaroo. Movadaki or Izadaki. I don't know his name. See, if Kenya is AI generated like Burkina, your citizen will not be every day on the street.
Exactly.
It's a disgrace to you and Kenya cabinet that Kenya every day on the street crying to you. You have nothing to do. So go and do AI for Kenya so that you will see whether Kenyans will complain or they will not complain.
Yeah.
In the issue of Africa right now, Ibrahim is the most loved president. That is why you all are jealous.
Yep.
You are jealous with your own coconut head. 70 years old.
Exactly, because they're jealous because for one.
All of them are jealous, Joe. Because that's why Nigerians made it illegal for them to talk about Ibrahim right there. Yeah. If you call something about Ibrahim, we're gonna lock you up.
He's a man who didn't have to do a lot to just deliver. He just told the people all you have to do is trust me, all right? Trust me. And he's been walking step by step with the people, giving them literally information of what he's doing. He's not
exactly.
I've been called on a meeting by the US president, and it's none of you guys' damn business. And then when you get there, do you know how to speak English?
That shit. Everybody makes so many videos on TikTok. That's so funny. I love the humiliation Trump gave me. Yeah, I love it.
Because you move out of the country, all the mainstream medias are talking, oh, he's leaving, he's going to. You think it's something important, then you get there, you're humiliated now in front of the whole media.
Right.
Stop the media. Because it's Trump addressing your ass. So this is a news coming from your country. It's gonna be global. Oh, you know how to speak so much good English. Everyone. Crazy, man. Become competent in something. These people are just stomachs and can't.
Joey, say that again. How Trump said it.
You speak English. You know how to speak good English. Where did you learn to talk so much good English from? Liberia. You You mean Liberia speaks English? Come on.
Hey, no sense.
Same.
You have time to come and gossip about Ibrahim Traore, a man that is like your whole son. Is doing something in his border is affecting you in Kenya. Because you have nothing to offer the citizen of Kenya. Because if you are busy working hard, you will not have time to come and speak.
Exactly. Ibrahim doesn't have time to talk, and yap unless he has something important to tell the people. Unless there's literally the Burkinabe meeting, literally, that is when you see him addressing the nation. And not just the nation, but the whole of the African continent. But you want to pull up with your punctual so-called suits on a red tie. You think, you're the best man in the room. Come on.
Jobless ministers everywhere.
Exactly.
Remove Ibrahim from your mouth. If not, you will let 36 Battalion enter William Ruto. We will hard force with Ruto must go and Ruto will go. Please, stay in your border and take care of Kenya youth. Do AI for Kenya youth.
Yeah.
Do AI generated intelligence for them. Maybe they will stop protesting every day. Because the most useless president ever right now is William Ruto.
Yeah.
Her attack went further, targeting President William Ruto's government, which she labeled a failure. You and Ruto have failed Kenyans, she said, pointing to the ongoing Ruto must go protests shaking the nation. No wonder Kenyans are on the streets every day singing Ruto must go. She warned Mudavadi never to speak about Traore or Burkina Faso again, defending her country's military leadership as a necessary response to its challenges.
Because the most useless president ever right now is William Ruto and his cabinet. They have nothing to offer their citizens. Every day, Kenya are on the streets crying. But you have time to come and wear your suit, your borrowed suit.
You see, people, I love this. Africans are noting because it's always this suit. Trust me, these idiots feel, oh my God, you can't tell these idiots anything in the goddamn suit. Like what? It's a suit. I don't know what's up with the mentality of Africans valuing the suit as well. Like what's up with this? You can just look like Ibrahim Traore and you're doing the most, more than everyone in the world, and you're still a threat. You think pulling up in your punctual suit, that makes you the most important man in the room. You're a failure, kangaroo. The hell?
To come and talk about our president. Foolish idiot people.
Mm-hmm.
Respect the border. Stay in your border and take care of citizens of Kenya.
Now, that's where we go wrong. It's not about the borders, because before Ibrahim Traore came to liberate you are facing the same issue as us. The only difference is you guys actually are being killed in masses. There's funds being collected.
Exactly.
In that situation. So we're not different.
And Ibrahim told you. And Ibrahim told you it's not about Burkina Faso. He said this is about Africa, because we're all in the same boat. He said this is not about Burkina Faso. It's about Africa. Mm-hmm. But that's her just trying to defend the country, Joker. That's all.
I get it. But we need, every time if we're addressing also any issue, remove the term border on your mouth. If you're talking about Pan-Africanism, I don't understand why you still have the term borderism on your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, where do you stand? Is your left, do you have the both feet in or one out, the other one? Which one is it? Be specific.
Don't ever insult us in Burkina and call us AI generated country. At least we love our president. Kenyans don't love you. Kenya don't love you, Movedeki, and Ruto, and all of the cabinet. The last time they chased you people out to the bush. You want Kenya? You know Kenyans are they are Burkina in their blood. You want Kenyans to? If you see jobless people, you will see them. This man and Ruto, they are very jobless. Only what they can do is to order the police and the military of Kenya to go and unalive their citizens on the street. Ibrahim did not unalive his citizens.
Exactly.
At least we love him.
Exactly. Not what the mainstream media has been propagandering and the conspiracy theories they've been pushing. Since this man got into power, the numbers of jihadists have increased, the number of deaths, and the way they know how to exaggerate. They know how to emphasize words. They know how to clarify. They'll make you believe and buy into it, because for so long this has been the narrative we've been falling into and, agreeing with. Whatever the mainstream media says, that's it, because we didn't know better. We didn't know better. We've not been given better. It's all been an illusion. Lies. So it's a different time.
Across Africa, they love Ibrahim. But you people, you don't, even your citizens don't love you, not to talk of another country that is closer to you. Because you have nothing to offer Kenya. You fail. All of you fail woefully. From the president to the vice president to the first lady to all of you, even the last person on the cabinet, you all are failure. You failed Kenya, you failed Africa. Now you are here to come and talk nonsense about Burkina.
Exactly. None of them were talking about Burkina Faso back then when we could see again the number of jihadists advancing.
Exactly. Exactly, Joby.
Nobody
especially when they had their puppet in there. They didn't even mention it. Exactly. None of these presidents mentioned him. They had their puppet, and it was terrorism running all around there. So ask these morons, because this told you this is a domino effect. I told you, Ibrahim would be a domino effect. He's the outlier saying, should no African country be poor and not developed? Because you can develop, but all the money's going somewhere else. So ask these morons, are all those youth around the presidential palace sleeping in the streets to take care, to protect Ibn Touré? Is that AI? Are those people sleeping on the streets because they know the white people coming to unalive them, right? And their own people who are puppets are trying to come to alive them. So you got Bikini Faso people sleeping around the presidential palace to protect them. Is that AI?
Exactly. I think even most of these idiots didn't know even Burkina Faso as a country until Ibrahim Traore came and they had the real power is now on board. Again, we're not given the real education.
They knew it was a country, Joe. They're not that dumb. They knew it was a country. They didn't care. See, they don't care about us. They all know. They all go to them. Remember, they all go to them goopy conferences. It's every country together all the time. They know the African countries, Joe, but they know they're all corrupt. They know they're all sorry. They know that about themselves. You know, so they never put each other's countries' names in their mouth because they're all doing the same corrupt business for white people, right? Even to random stepping out, now they're going to put Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger in their mouth because it's a domino effect. Because I told you, African people, Joe, are the same people. So consciousness. So everybody's like, hey, how's this country over here doing this and we not being able to do that? Something's not adding up. So that's what's going on, Joe. That's what they're scared of.
And like you said, the Kenyan youth are no longer, we are, people are tired. Let me share this video very quickly before I get to share what is happening in Haiti. This is one of the Kenyan youths. I don't know in which interview or wherever he was, but he gave a very amazing point saying, it's not our job as youths to be loving because the president keeps saying, oh, we don't love him and all that. That is not our job. That is the job of your family and your wives.
That's your job. I love him. Exactly. We're not supposed to, you're empowered to do our bidding. You work for us. We're not supposed to love you. See, that's what the scam used to be. They know you're stupid. Oh, the president, the big man. It used to Africans been, oh, he's the big man. He's the loving. He's the excellency and all that other rubbish. But the youth are not. That's how democracy even works. You're not supposed to love your leader. You're supposed to do what you tell them to do in your benefit because they work for you.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Joe.
Unajua,
I'll translate it.
Jukumu la kupenda rais ni bibi yake na watoto wake na watu wao. Sio jukumu la Wakenya kumpenda. Hakuna mahali kikatiba ama kwa sheria yote Wakenya wanafaa kupenda kiongozi yote yule.
Exactly. So he's saying it's not our responsibility as the Kenyan citizens to be told we should love the president or any of these leaders. According to the law, even democracy itself, there's nowhere where it is saying that you must love your leader. Where? What have you done?
Hisia watu wapeleke mbali. Wakenya na sisi vijana tunamchukia rais kwa sababu vile ambavyo
saying he should take his feelings aside, and of course the youth's hate remains very stagnant, they stand on business on hating President William Ruto.
Nasema kuna mambo ambayo wanafanya kinyume na vile ambavyo Wakenya walitarajia. Na hakuna vile unaweza wapatia Wakenya tofauti na matarajio yao, kisha wewe utarajia kwamba wakupende. Hatumpendi katu. Na kwanza hiyo hapo hakuna hate speech. Nashangaa mbona Jen Kiara ameitwa katika DCI, lakini inakuonyesha vile ambavyo serikali inafanya kazi. Kwa sababu ninaamini ya kwamba kuna viongozi wanaiunga serikali mkono ambao wametaja matamshi hatari zaidi. Kwa sababu yale matamshi yao ni ya kuwatenganisha watu.
Yeah, he's basically talking about how democracy is not being applied and why we have many youths right now behind the bars because of trying to express their, when there's no accountability in the
freedom.
Called, this
exactly.
Is called
that's it. So, that's the right hate speech.
He's saying, your work, you did promise people. You said you're gonna deliver this in terms and sector of development and opportunities. He
wasn't gonna be able to deliver it, guys, because Uhuru knew he wasn't gonna be able to deliver, guys, because they already knew that there was a problem. They haven't developed an economy, and so they knew Africa being the youngest continent, there was going to be an explosion of youth saying there's no jobs, because Africa is the youngest population on the planet. And it's the most neglected because these morons have not built any economies, right? They haven't built one. And so now the bill is due. The youth are saying the bill is due. What you've been in power 60 plus years and you built no fucking economy. So they knew, like Joby showed the video with Uhuru, they knew it was coming. They knew this explosion of youth was coming and they were going to be reckoned with. They thought they could kick the can down the road and keep it going, but they didn't understand that their youth were intelligent now. They wasn't their grandparents. Damn sure wasn't their parents and grandparents. They wasn't scared and they wasn't stupid. See, that's what they were supposed to. Okay, they got the youth, so what? They usually scared. They worship us. They want to they just love us and say, oh, he's the big man. He's my tribe mate. And all this other nonsense while their stomachs touch their backbone. But they're not scared anymore. They're not going to worship you anymore. You're not going to give them the same Jesus or Allah speak anymore. They will say, what have you done in 60 years to build an economy on the richest continent on the planet? And why haven't you done it? There's got to be, like Joe, there's got to be accountability answers. So then you get a young man across the other part of Africa starts saying, this is why we don't have an economy. We want, like even said, the people my age asking why we poor and we stay in the richest continent on the planet. How are we poor? So all the youth are starting to ask this shit. How are we poor? And we got the most arable land. We got the most minerals. Some don't make sense. And so you puppets are in a very precarious situation because your lies don't work. No, your lies don't work no more. They can't work. They can't work because the youth know they're not supposed to be poor. Go ahead, Joby.
Yeah, the lies are not adding nothing, they're catching nothing. As we get closer to wind up, we have, of course, the main topic of the day, which is about Kenya being one among the first 9 countries to get new HIV drug by 2026. This is not actually new. I think they announced they had announced actually the HIV drug test first. That was in 2023 or 2024, if I can remember. I did report where some the Kenya healthcare system said there's a new drug test for the HIV and AIDS to see if it's gonna work. So of course, which it's a big red flag. Shout out to Dr. Mombi for talking about that. I won't share the video, but she also mentioned it, and she said we need to understand we're being used as like you say,
guinea pigs.
Exactly.
And understand it's for nefarious things. But I left to the video with Dr. Mombi had a video yesterday. Hey, the Anunnaki are back. He said, Enlil and Inky are back. He said, the Anunnaki are back. But anyway, go ahead, Joe.
But they're saying that Kenya has been selected as one of the 9 countries to introduce Lenacapavir, a new HIV prevention drug that requires only 2 injections per year, approved by the WHO. Of course, we know the WHO, who they are, and branded as Yeztugo. That's how they are
Every,
branded.
if you don't, you better know. Okay, guys. As Joe said, you don't know, please find out.
Do further research. The drug shows strong results in trials, offering full protection for women, listen, and adolescent girls. That is the main focus. And I think for
Of course, of course, who makes the babies? Who creates life? Who keeps the civilization going? Who does that?
Yes, I think they're planning to make this available by 2026 in January. So, to everyone going to the hospital, be very careful. It's very good even right now to ask a doctor, if possible, let them give you the bottle of whatever they're injecting. Me, I ask, like, hey, what is that? Like, can I read? If possible, I want to read the cautions. I want to see. I ask, does it have nausea? I do follow up before I take any sort of injections. What are the after effects of, after effects, of course, of getting this particular drug you're getting? Because right now the doctors are getting paid. You need to understand that doctors are getting paid huge amounts of money, and especially the fact that this is Africa, people are living on a greedy, type of, I don't know,
Of
system.
course,
They're
because they've been pushed to hand them out situation, Joby. A lot of time when you've been pushed to hand them out situations, sadly enough, the first thing that leaves is your morality. So
understand doctors are getting paid for your own benefits, for the benefit of your own health. You losing a lot when it comes to your health, and you're gonna be in the same system, because we understand the same people who are funding us. Of course, these so-called drugs to help Africa, because we've lacked developing ourselves, coming up with good healthcare system. They're the same people behind this kind of things. Let me share this.
Back to Vietnam. Vietnam doesn't have anything. There's no such thing as autism in 1975, in year 2000, year 2001. There's no such thing. When Vietnam signed the WHO, Vietnam signed into the International Monetary Fund, the banking system.
Yep, IMF.
So the IMF keywords.
Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation introduced the vaccination program into Vietnam. Now Vietnam has over a 300% rise in autism.
Now see, it didn't have it at all. They once told you, and there's also a spiritual thing behind all these wicked people doing this, because these like I told you, these drugs are the ones that actually, supposed to be curing the things that they say they're curing, but they're actually, doing what they're saying they're curing. Okay, because on YouTube, I'm just saying it like that. So, yeah, there's a whole wicked agenda. And if you're stupid and you believe in propaganda, you'll be hurt by it.
Yeah, because it says if you received any of the jobs, especially the most recent ones, many claim that it is essentially a ticking time bomb. Emerging studies have shown that complications, especially those pertaining to the brain and heart, get significant.
Oh, now they admit it. Oh, man, now YouTube we can say. Remember we said it causes heart attacks and heart myocarditis, because now they put in a bottle. They said they was crazy and they would take down our shows and channels. But now you can say it, since they gave so many people the good stuff. Since they gave so many people the good stuff, now you can say it. Right? We couldn't say what it was back then, but it was the truth that it causes myocarditis, and they admit it now. And now YouTube allows you to say it because it's a fact. But it was a fact when we said it years ago. It's a fact then, but they would take you down. Go ahead.
But yes, as we wind up, we have also, of course, the UN, which said the mission in Haiti will be extended for the next 6 months. Do you remember we had, of course, several African countries who their troops were deployed in Haiti? We had Kenya, we had Chad, we had Benin, we had Jamaicans who, of course, some withdrew. I'm not sure if the whole country withdrew, but I know Jamaica was one among also the people who are supposed to be going. But let me share this very quickly. We get to some few details as we wind up.
Another 6 months for the UN office in Haiti. The United Nations Security Council unanimously voted to extend the mandate of the UN Integrated Office in the country on Monday.
In the mandate.
This mission aims to
family, they're stealing Haiti's unbalanced. because it's rich. And so they're stealing out of Haiti. They came in years ago, literally stole their gold out of their banks and shot the president in the head. That's what America did, right? Well, the rocks. You find out who's actually over Haiti. Oh, it's a cat with a hat who decides what comes into Haiti, what's imported, what's exported. So they have the black people, sad enough, you're always on the bottom and exploited. So what you've seen is massive exploitation. Because remember, also, they made Haiti into a sweatshop. They had Haiti's, same way they did in China in the beginning, but Haiti was never allowed to develop. Have Haiti's making all these T-shirts and Nike shoes and all stuff like for 10 cents, paying them nothing. So the Haitians also, hey, we need a raise. We got to making all this crap, and we're broke. And so when the Haitians asked for a raise, they got more terrorism. You see, you get it? Because to make sure they exploit you, exploit your resources, and exploit your labor. That's what the West has done since these wicked-ass parasites have got out of Europe 500 years ago. Predatory, parasitical vampires. So Haiti's not poor. Remember, Joby showed the history. They wouldn't put in emperors when they got free. They weren't poor. But the white man can't have that. They can have a prosperous black country near them. So they went in, when they got enough weaponry, when America got more advanced, they told they never forget. They went back in Haiti and overthrew it, shot the president of Haiti and stole their money. And said, oh, and set up their puppets, put their boule mixed race puppets up in there, and they've been still out of Haiti ever since. That's what's going on. They cause, it's a Hegelian dialectic on steroids. They cause the problem, right? They look for your reaction and they bring you the fake solution. Oh, look at these no good dirty Haitians. They're eating the cats and eating the dogs.
Can you bring us food at least? Maybe they won't also bring in none. They're gonna do like Palestinians. You're trying to go get food. They're killing and shooting all people and even innocent kids. It's just crazy.
Of course.
Diabolic. But shout out to Baron Scott Karibu Sana. He said earlier the same people is very unfortunate. Didn't get what that comment was coming from. But
yeah, that's gonna be talking about Ghana and Nigeria. Your borders are fake, guys. Your borders are fake. See, back in the day, Nigeria and Ghana shared one kingdom. So you've been scared of some dude buying only 50 acres. He's a Nigerian. But you do it both ways because you also, the Nigerians kicked out the Ghanaians back in the 90s. These Ghanaians must go. Let's get out of Nigeria. And now you got the Ghanaians talking about the Nigerian must go. All he did was buy 50 acres. 50, which is nothing. But you got whole Chinatowns in Ghana now. Whole Chinatown. You ain't said nothing. Please. You people disgust me. Go ahead.
Sylvia Karibu, she said earlier, the government's leaders look stupid when their people are suffering and it's not a good look. And of course, Asanteni Sana, that's why we wrap it up with today's conversation. Thank you for tuning in. And to those who shall be catching this on a replay, leave your comments, subscribe, hit the like button, and share with your family and friends. But much love. What are your closing remarks?
My closing remarks is good. We're living really great, interesting times, guys. Now, one of my closing remarks is saying that even though African Americans, you shine and you think, yeah, we're the richest African people. Right now, you don't know within 25 years your wealth is going to be zero. As I showed Joby, you morons don't understand that all the wealth is going to Africa where it always was. See, you're talking your goofy shit and want to be xenophobic, which I call it because you've been psyoped, right? Yeah, we're the richest, so what? That's because you work for the white people, and that's just the cost of living here. You can't really pay for anything. So in 25 years, your earning power will go from 2 trillion to zero. Zero. Okay? Because you're going to be replaced with robots and AI. So your spending power is going to go to zero, morons. In Africa, because it's the youngest continent, and all the minerals come from there. All the jobs are going to be there. So when your stomach is touching your backbone because you're xenophobic, you're going to be begging African people, we're your brothers. Nah, nigga, you say you're an Indian. Good luck with that.
We're not cousins. We're not cousins. Like, you don't if you're not cousins. But anyway, much love, family. A beautiful, beautiful morning. See you guys, of course, later on. The rest of the shows. Remember to tune in on the network, on the radio. We have another show coming up. We have Reaction Time. We have the Africa Today show. So ensure you do not miss out. Also, download the app. Blackwood Fire Network is the name.
What the app does, I've been trying to call. I know our TV's down because they won't accept. The bank was not accepting me paying. I know what's going on. The cat. They won't accept me paying the people we do to run the TV station. So I've been trying to pay them, and somebody try to pay for my bank, it gets denied. So I'm gonna try to make a phone call today so I get the station back up.
Yeah. All right. That's what's up. But much love, family. Peace.
Dinner skill,